Thank you very much, Jen, for being here with us today. Could you please introduce yourself to get us started?
So I'm currently Director of Research at the Economic and Social Research Council, which is part of UKRI. My career spanned roles in central government, so most recently working in Cabinet Office and Number 10, and the think tank sector, working at the Institute for Government in Demos, and also the university sector, working at the University of Toronto. And I think it's probably worth saying that a thread that runs through all of those roles is very much about championing the use of data analysis and evidence in government decision making and sort of driving new collaborations between researchers and policymakers. And obviously that's something I'm doing at the ESRC as well.
So how does the ESRC support researchers in engaging with public policy?
So I think for ESRC, we divide it into a number of areas. So one is around sort of people-focused opportunities. There's things like UKRI policy fellowships, which ESRC actually leads on behalf of UKRI, where researchers have opportunities to spend between 12 and 18 months in government departments working in their area of sort of expertise. We also run a scheme like Thematic Research Leads in Parliament, which is effectively a sort of chief scientific advisor model in particular thematic areas in Parliament. There's also infrastructure that we invest in. So things like our policy observatories, which are about synthesizing academic research and making it accessible to policymakers. And then I think the final category is we have a number of schemes where we try and put a spotlight on research outputs from academics. So we run, for instance, an actionable insight seminar series across government. We usually do it on specific topics, but we invite researchers along to really hone in on the specific insights from their research that policymakers can put into practice. And we do a similar thing with Parliament as well. So we've got the all-party parliamentary group on social science and policy. And again, we get researchers to come in and brief parliamentarians on particular topics. So we try and tackle it from a number of ways. There's no sort of one way of that works for everyone, but we have a huge variety of schemes in our public policy engagement portfolio, which try and do as much as we can to connect researchers with policymakers.
Looking ahead, how does the ESRC plan to foster research that informs public policy?
There's a whole range of ways we want to sort of continue to innovate and test new approaches. So we've just set up a new national capability in behavioural research that's led by a new behavioural research leadership hub and a centre for doctoral training. And as part of that, we created 2 embedded posts that one will sit within the Government Office of Science and the other within the Cabinet Office's Government Skills and Curriculum Unit. And the idea is that although the investment's obviously external to government, they will second somebody into those posts within government so that they're sort of immersed within a government setting and can support the exchange of ideas and people between those investments and government policymakers. And so I think there'll be more, you'll see more interdisciplinary initiatives, recognising that the policy problems are interdisciplinary and working with other research councils to offer opportunities and make sure sort of we're supporting research that is policy focused. And I think probably the final thing I would say is just also really thinking about consolidating and enhancing the impact of our existing investment. So just to take one small example, working on a directory of our government policy fellows so that even when people have left those roles, government policymakers can basically use that directory to identify individuals who are with expertise in particular areas, who are really familiar with advising government departments, who sort of understand how to provide advice in formats that are accessible, and obviously have had security clearance as well to understand just in some of the maybe more challenging questions that you might want to ask. So I think continually trying to evolve that portfolio that we've got.